Hello, it's Sony. I want to talk to you a little bit about dating, just in general. I had a conversation yesterday with my grandmother, of all people, about dating. It was about one of my younger cousins and the fact that she just had a baby with a guy, and now she spends all her time arguing with him, trying to get him to have a type of commitment with her. I guess she always did want a commitment, but did she ever say that? Did she ever get words from him stating what his intentions were, what he wanted from the relationship? And now she has a child with this guy and she wants more. She says she's okay with the way things are, but she's not. And I want to ask about that because I know it's 2013 and a lot of people feel it's different. You don't have to get married as long as two people are okay with the same things. Yeah, yada yada. But the truth is most of us, and I'm guilty as well when I was younger, go out with a guy, think he's cute, have no idea who he is, what he wants, or even what we want from him. I think ultimately we want a commitment of some type with him. We want to date him. We want him to want us. But what does that even mean? Do we ever even stop to ask what that even means? I don't think most of us do. I think we find out later when we're not getting what we want that we wanted more. But did we ever stop to see who this guy was, what type of character he had, what he was about? And I think we can safely say no to most of those things. And a lot of that is because we don't even know who we are, what we want, what makes us tick, what we expect from a relationship. I can say for me, when I was younger, I dated guys. I thought they were cute. Most of them mistreated me, used me, tossed me away, moved on. Spent so much time crying over what was wrong with me, what happened, why didn't he want me, all these silly questions. And most times there wasn't any real issue. I just didn't know him and I didn't love myself enough. That is the key in and of itself. I didn't love myself. I didn't know myself. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I deserved. Can any of you ladies relate to that? Can any of you ladies tell me that you really do love yourself, that you really have spent that time getting to know yourself, knowing what you deserve? Most of us can't. Let's be honest. Most of us can't. And I can honestly say most of us have never been taught to love and respect ourselves and expect certain things from people, and men especially. Most of us did not have a father figure who loved us the way we should have been loved and treated us with the respect and that to let us know what we deserve, who we are, what with dignity and class that we have. And so we just go around disrespecting ourselves and throwing ourselves off on these guys. And that's exactly what we get in return. And, usually most guys aren't going to give you any more than they have to if they're not a man. And most guys aren't men. In fact, we have an epidemic nowadays of guys who are the type of guys who want to shack up and live off a woman. And we have an epidemic of women, listen to me, ladies, epidemic of women letting them use you and then lay up off you, trying to keep them. A real man will go out, he will work, he will provide. But we have an epidemic of non-real men. And we're letting them be that way, ladies. We're letting them lay up on us as we let them use us, have children by us, take care of them. A man is supposed to be the supporter. I know the roles have gotten reversed in the world today, but a man is supposed to be the supporter. And what really needs to happen is that we get to know ourselves enough and love ourselves enough that we get to find out who that man is when we go out with him. Instead of kissing on him, making out with him, thinking we're in like, ooh, he's so cute, I like him. Don't get me wrong, I want to be attracted to my man. I want a man that I find physically attractive. Because ultimately, when it comes down to sex, for me, is within marriage, I want to be attracted to them. But I also want to know that they're a good man and that they love me and they want to take care of me and be my provider. I can take care of myself, but a good man wants to provide for his household. And you don't find those things out until you start getting to know that guy. You don't find those things out unless you make him take his hands off you. Because a man will do and be any way to have sex with you. And that's the truth. When you let them know there's no sex in the equation and you get to see what type of character they have, when you get to know them and question them and see what type of person they are, kind of character they are, how do they treat you? Because you know what? When I was younger, I had lots of guys who mistreated me and I chased after them even more. And now that I've spent this time with the Lord and I've got to know who I am, and it's been painful. I'll go through scenarios later on of so many of the painful trials I went through, so many times being blown off, the phone not ringing, ditched. But you know what? I got to know who they were. And there were men that, what I learned from when I was younger, being dumped on and left with pain and thinking, what did I do? What was wrong with me? What did I do wrong? I realize now I didn't do anything wrong. That was them. That was the type of character they had. They didn't value me. They didn't respect me. And you know what? Sometimes there's nothing you can do to make a man respect you. You just need to leave them alone because it's about them, not you. They don't respect you because they're no good. And that's something we have to accept too, is that there are many men that are no good. Now, if you want a no good man, hey, there are plenty of them out there for you to be with. But if you want a man who has character, respects you, honors you, then you have to get to know what that man's about. I personally don't want and don't believe you have to sacrifice being attracted to them. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I'm not saying they have to look like Shamar Moore or Brad Pitt, but they have to be attractive to me. And that's a personal decision, whatever that means to you. But we need to start getting to know who that guy is inside, what type of character he has. Is he a provider? Is he a real man? Does he just want you to have sex with you? Is he just coming over to you to have sex with you and then move on? And you know what, ladies? I don't think most women ever ask. I think they like a guy, they get with a guy, they can't even answer what they liked about him. And then later they want to define what it is. But after that, it's done. You've already given everything to him he wants, and he's out the door. We're going to talk about this a little bit more, but I just want to get so far your feedback, what you think. I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do, who to be. I'm not trying to come down hard on anyone because I've had a lot of painful lessons. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've learned, and I'm just trying to convey all these things I've learned to you to spare some people some of the heartache that I have went through. And so I want to know some of your stories. What do you think about when you meet a man? Do you even get to know his character? What do you like about him? If you were to be asked what you like about this guy, could you even say what you really like about him? Have you ever stopped long enough to know what you like about him? Have you ever asked what he wanted? Has he ever displayed his intentions to you, or did you start just being physical and intimate with him and thinking that you like him only based on that, and then later find yourself left alone because he got what he wanted and moved on? I just want to get some feedback to these questions. I want to see where we stand with it so we can start finding out who we are, what we're doing wrong to draw the wrong people into our lives, and what type of men we are dating. So hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking to these questions, and we'll talk about them and discuss them a little bit farther in the future. We'll take it to a new level because there is so much more to talk about on this subject. This is Sony. See you later. Bye.